So I'm just trying to work this big rock here. It's a Monterey chert. It's a big old piece. It's pretty solid. Got some Cortex on his backside. I haven't really ever probably try to get something out of something this big, but we're gonna try today. Trying to get a usable piece to try to make something out of. I'm just trying to find a good angle. Without completely destroying it. Just trying a bunch of different rocks. If you guys got any recommendations, go ahead and hit me up in the chat. See what you guys got to say here. Yeah, it's pretty big, man. What's up, guys? How you guys all doing? If I had a nice big hammer, you know, that might work. Let's see. I know I could take something off of here to this side, but the grain is going this way. Let's try right here. Got some Cortex running through it. Let's see if it breaks apart. Watch my finger. Try not to hit the camera. Got some off right here, I think. It's a nice little piece, actually. Check that out. I could probably actually get something out of that. And this is old. This is pretty old. Yeah, it's good stuff. It kind of ends up looking like a root beer. Some of it is black usually. This is brown and black. It's really hard stuff, actually. So I'm gonna get another area. I want to get a bigger piece. It'd be nice. I'm just kind of studying the rock, trying to find an area. I could probably hit right on top, same spot. Try not to hit the camera, get a little bit more force. Yeah, this thing weighs like, I don't know. It's pretty good, man. 25 pounds, maybe more. How you guys doing? Welcome on, welcome on. All right, right here. Let's see what just fell off there. Nice little piece. Trying to get some big ones, actually, you know. I mean, I could make a small little bird point or something with that. It's pretty sharp. Check that out. I need something big. Let's try to knock a piece off here. Hopefully, everybody, welcome in, welcome in. I don't run lives too often today. I'm running a little live. This is a found rock. It's not the pristine stuff that you know you can buy, you know what I mean? I like challenging myself a little bit. you guys seen some of my videos, you guys do know I make knives. I do make points. I'm still fairly new, still learning, but I do enjoy it. All right, right in here. We're gonna try to get it right up top here. Hopefully get a good size off of it. It's gonna go a different rock, a little heavier rock. If I can keep it still. It keeps moving. Yeah, if you hear me kind of out of breath here, I am actually, it's pretty heavy. I'll get something, and then I'll get to work on something. I won't waste your guys' time too much, you know. Let's see if I can use something else. All right, I need to prop this rock up. Give me one moment. Get some help holding it. Sorry about that. You know, I do have some really good rock to mess with, but like I said, this is found. This stuff is sharp. If I can get a good piece, I have gotten good pieces in the past. This is the biggest that I've probably have found. I don't have a 3-pound sledge, man. I know that would work. I've seen them online. I see everybody using them. I'm just trying to go old school, trying to use rocks. Sometimes it works. As you can see, it's a struggle. I'm also trying not to hit the camera, so that's kind of my issue right now. I might just have to say, screw it, I'll go on the top right here. Tough stuff. Woo! I could slab it, but you know, it's kind of like the easier way out. Not trying to do that. Let me move up top and then I don't have to hit the camera. Give me one moment. You guys can still see that? Yep. There we go. Finally got some. I've done this in the past with this kind of rock, and you know, in the comments some people say, you know, you're wasting your time, go get some good rock. But I mean, this is a challenge, you know, and I like to challenge myself every now and then. So I don't know if I got a decent piece off, but let's see. Once I start removing a lot of this cortex, it will get easier. It is good stuff. This piece is pretty solid. You can see it right in here. And it's like that the whole way through. It's just, this is some of the tougher stone I've ever worked. And the sharpest. There we go, look at that. We got into it. Got a good chunk off. Check this out. This is good enough to work right here. Let me know what you guys think. This is not Texas rock, this is from California. This is called Monterey chert. A lot of cortex on this piece. So this one's good. I can mess with this one. Yeah, for sure, off the elephant. Yeah, this is just a little bite, but that's good right here. So I got a couple pieces to work with. Might try to get one more. Got some crazy ones. Super sharp, check that out. Stuff flakes good. Make a little point out of that, look at that. All right. It's gonna knock off some of this stuff that just wants to break off anyways. Nice little piece. It's good stuff. Good stuff once you can get to it. See how sharp this is? Let's see if I can find some leather. I don't happen to have any right now. So look, you can see right here. There's a big, it's like a crack going through it. So technically this piece right here should come off. If I can get to it. Thank you for the hearts, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good day. Hello, welcome in everybody. Yeah, I mean, I've worked big pieces of obsidian. I've worked big pieces of Georgetown. What else? Quite a few other rocks. You know, I have worked some spalls, but this stuff, this stuff is freaking hard. Well, at least this piece. Look at that. Busted my stone in pieces. Let's try another one. That one shot somewhere. That was a good piece. I gotta get that one. Just trying to take off the junk to get to the good stuff. Yeah. So, if I'm wrong, have you guys ever worked root beer? This is not root beer, but it has some of the same look. There we go. Got a lot of this cortex off. We got this black, brown on that side. I might work the other side, see what I can get out of it. All right, just might start working this. Let's see. Okay, on Colorado, Texas. There wasn't much left. Yeah, it's actually, we have this here in California, and I'm telling you, like I've actually ordered some root beer points to see how they look, and the brown version of this is real similar. It's real similar. So this is like more of a darker brown, but there's a lighter brown version of this also. I might call it. I mean, look at, I got a small one here to work. Just to mess with to see if I can get anything out of it. Or I could work this one right now. This one's the probably more interesting piece to try to get something. So let me go ahead and I'm going to do a couple more strikes on this bigger rock. But then I'm going to probably go into this piece. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. Appreciate it. I do plan on having a lot more lives. I do a lot of videos. I used to. I've had to take a couple months off. I'm an artist. I had a lot of projects due. So I had to take some time off, but I'm trying to get back into it. Absolutely love it. All right, let's hit this corner. See if we can get a chunk off. A lot of smalls. Look at, there's the black. So you guys can see that? There's some deep black right in here. That stuff is really nice. Almost ready. I'll try to hit right here midway. I want to crack it in half. That's my goal. Look at, I cracked it in half, everybody. Cracked the wrong stone. Running out of hammer stones. Obviously, these are not the best hammer stones because they cracked in half. All right, I'm gonna call it quits on this guy. I'm gonna go, like you said, I gotta get a little bit bigger hammer stones. Still got a lot of good material here though. So I'm gonna start working on a point. Clear my way here. Give me one moment. Let's see what you guys got going on. Thank you, no problem. No problem. Like I said, I'm pretty new. I mean, I made a mess of this, but there is some, I did get some good material, even though some of them are small. But like I said, the first little parts of this stone were cracked. So this was going to break off anyways. I want to try to get to the center of this and create a bigger point with it. So I'll just continue working it, save it for another time. We'll start to work on at least some point today. Had some fun doing that for sure. Let's see what I got here. Broke all my hammer stones. There's one moment here. All right, let's get set up. Time for some flint knapping. Keep you guys right here. All right. Let's kind of move the camera a little bit. So I can get you guys in here. Texas road rock. It's a California road rock. All right, all the tools you guys are going to see me using are going to be handmade. I make everything. Obviously, this is kind of a cheap leather pad, but I have a better one. Just can't find it at the moment. Right here. Yeah, it's Monterey chert. Out here we have Monterey chert, Franciscan chert. We have Jasper. Let's see, I'll show you guys some of the Jasper. Here's some Jasper, some rough Jasper. This was from a long time ago, first learning. Kind of messing with it. I could probably clean it up now, it's a little burr point. But we have like this red Jasper here. Our Francisco comes in different colors. All right. Just trying to get comfortable. All right, so I'm just going to kind of see if it fractures in half. It could. There's a lot of, like I said, some road rock right here, so we're just going to go around it, let fall off whatever falls off. So I'm just going to try to work this down, see if I can get a little biface. If not, I mean, we're going to see if we can get anything out of this. Let's hope that there's not a lot of big fractures. I'll try to keep the length, but we'll see. Look at that. So right here, I like working these. I know I could work this. Right in there. It's a good flake. Pretty nice. I'm going to keep that one. Worst comes to worst, I did get a flake. No fractures. Check out. That's the kind of like the rooper I'm talking about. These little bubbles. Really fine though. Yeah, that's a good one. And they cleared this, look at right here. So I kind of cleared that way. Found out that side. Just got to be careful, don't want to take off too much. You guys can hear that? Sounds good. There's a lot of outer fractures that I'm dealing with. Okay. Let's dull this up a little bit. I think right in here, try to take a flake. Thank you, thank you. Look at see if you guys can hear it. Sounds pretty good. Let's see. We will see. I'm not gonna be mad if I don't make anything out of it. I mean, you guys seen the host rock it came from. I mean, it's not the greatest as far as the piece that I was taking off, but we're gonna try. We're gonna try. Just kind of want to take my time with it. Just gonna slowly work my way around if I can. So I just started the like zigzag, trying to get it to where there's a center line. Just rotate it. I know I normally need to hit into it, so let's try different routine here. So here we go. You guys can see. Yes, it flakes nicely. I mean, look at the flakes. Let's see if you can check the flakes out. It does flake beautifully. It's just, it is hard stuff. I have made a knife already with this, and it's one of my favorite knives. I might have a video on it if you guys want to check those out. Just slowly but surely trying to work a center line. You can see we got about that much done so far. Had a fracture on the top, so I'm trying to deal with it. Thank you guys for stopping by. I do appreciate it. So this is what we got so far. Still got a lot to deal with here. I think there's a fracture right here. I'm kind of nervous about that. But I'm going to hit into it anyways. Got a little platform there. Definitely fractured. I don't want to hit into the fracture. I'll just dig. There we go. Right in there. You guys can see. It's a cool little flake. Cool little flakes for sure. Spoon and bowl carving, huh? That's kind of cool. I make my handles. I do woodworking. I like making knife handles. It's one of my favorite things to do. So yeah, spoons pretty cool. How do you seal the spoons? How are you guys sealing the spoons? That'd be something to be nice to know. So I'm just trying right here, look at, you guys can see, there's a little V right here. It's a low point. I'm just gonna try to take off a small flake, hopefully. Not trying to go big. So right here, hit right here, you guys can see. Trying to take off, so the angle that I had was pretty steep because I'm trying to take off thin flakes. I can use that one, and I will use that one. I still got this knob right here to deal with. There we go. So if you guys are at the beginning of the video, you can see what I started with. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Okay, boiled in seed oil. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Watch for the stuff that has additives. And what kind of wood do you use to make your spoons? Can you make them like out of oak? Or walnut? Or does it have to be like bamboo or something like that? So I'm trying to go a little bit steeper angle. I actually want to try to take a thin flake off if I can. I'll take that. So I don't know if you guys can see right in here, going through, there might be a fracture. So I have to try to get to that. Cherry. Dogwood, huh? That's cool. I flattened out this side quite a bit. So I know I need to change my center line in a little bit. That helped. Check that out. We're almost our way around the whole piece. Not too bad so far. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Got Mike, Doc. Let's see who else is in here. Kind of dug right there. That actually caused me an issue. My bad. Might be time to switch. It's a little on the heavy side. Check that one out. Right in there. Do a little hand work. Try to thin it out. You made a Windsor chair? That's pretty cool. There's actually a school in YouTube where the guy teaches people how to make Windsor chairs. Oh, that's a pretty cool channel. I watched that about maybe 6 months ago, I think. Haven't already, if you guys choose to, it's up to you. You can always subscribe. I plan on doing a lot more lives. I have a bunch of slabs that I will be working soon in the near future. And I plan on actually pressure flaking those. So we'll see how those come out. I was actually trying to hit a little bit, was it above center line? It was above center line. Wasn't working out. Let's try to go a little smaller bopper. It's real light. Just try not to hit the camera. Yeah, I mean, the channel is going to be dedicated for mostly flint knapping and knife making. Some of the older videos on there were from doing pottery. I'm not going to use this channel for that anymore. Those are slowly making their way off. But I do show me making knife handles, putting them together, and the knapping process. And sometimes me actually going out and trying to find material. But I do have material that I bought. So I do have nicer material for sure. But like I said, I like a challenge. I mean, this stuff it's actually some of my favorite stuff to work if I can find it in good condition. So far, this piece looks pretty nice. I mean, there's inclusions on it and stuff like that, but it doesn't look too dramatic on this piece. But I'm also not done, so you never know. No, when I make knives, I mean, any of the points that I make, the napped points that I make, I turn them into knives. So what I do is, my process is, everything I'm making usually is either made by me or it's found by me. Like I said, I do buy some slabs that I like to work, but the majority of my knife making is with stone points or glass points that I melt myself. And I have my own molds that I melt glass into, and I nap points. So let me show you some of the glass. So I do some funky glass also. So I melt glass and then turn the glass into points. So that looks like obsidian, but this is black glass. This is one of my first practice pieces. Okay, yeah, still a knife. I mean, I'm not there. I don't forge anything. I like stone for now. Kind of stick to it. And I do, like I said, I make my own glass, so I do nap glass. I have given away quite a bit of glass in the past. Early on in my channel, I do giveaways. I mean, that's just, if I have excess of my glass, I like to give it away so people could try it. So you can always, you know, kind of look out for that also. Well, this was just something crazy that I was working on. I mixed brown and blue glass into here. This is just funky. but I have this beautiful blue glass that I normally work with, and then I have some black glass that naps, I mean, amazing. So you will be seeing that probably the next couple of weeks. I got a lot of glass bottles in, and I will be melting them down. It's a good strike. Another good one. So I'm just trying to take off these really thin flakes right now. Yeah, the blue one was that was my first time melting the glass. I made my own molds. And so my whole thing is I make molds that look like spalls, like little spalls, and I nap them, and I have a fake cortex on them. That's this stuff right here. It's actually fired on. And so the whole point of the glass is kind of to practice taking off the cortex and still getting a nice point. So what I've been working on this last half hour is center line. There's still a knot here. Getting the center line going. Some steps in here, trying to hit into the steps. So I hit across the step right now. You can see here, check that out. So there was a step right here. So it went like this and it stepped. Yeah. I'm finding that I have access to brown and black right now. And the brown will give it a little bit of translucency when in the sun, and then the black is just deep. It looks like obsidian. It's kind of crazy. So back to this, there was a big step here, so I kind of hit across the step and then took the step off for the most part. So what I do is I have access to higher end tequila bottles. And so there's some really, really deep black tequila bottles out there. And then I use those. So here I have a step. See that step right in there? But it has a little platform. It goes across, so I'm going to be a little aggressive, and I'm going to try to take off most of it. Yeah. I actually don't use the clear glass as much. It tends to be delicate. I find that the blue and the green are pretty nice. To me, the black is the best for me. The brown's nice though. There we go. Do you have a channel or anything, Mike? Check it out if you do. If not, it's all good. Okay, shorts are cool, man. Shorts do well, usually. I was posting a short every day for maybe like four months early on. They were doing pretty good. Check that one out. So this was actually a good one right here. So check this flake out. I hit it across, try to run the ridge. Flattened it out pretty nicely right there. Took off a step fracture because I hit across it. Flattened it out nicely. Try to set up a platform here. I'll definitely check out your channel. I remember your name. I might have even subbed you. I gotta check. Still got issues in here. Hopefully it doesn't shorten it up too much. You can see that right there. There was a big step. Took it off. Actually pretty nice. Flattened it out. Monterey chert. Monterey chert. It's Monterey chert. It's pretty much found rock. It comes in this big. It was, so you guys can see here. That's where it came from. Right in here. Check this out. So it was this piece that was in here. There's the cortex on it. This stuff is solid. I took that so far, right out of there. Yeah, for sure it's a mud, man. Should have seen me try to break into it. I mean, I got some smaller flakes. This was a good size flake. I still got this cool one to mess with. I mean, you know, this one looks pretty easy. It's solid. It's good material. So on this material, like I was kind of saying earlier, so right in here is brown, but this material gets hard right in the black area. So it has a, look at that black backside right here. So it's all black in the center and then brown around the sides. This stuff is sharp. It's some of the hardest stuff I've worked. I actually use, I don't use copper on this. I pretty much use steel and aluminum on this piece. That's funny. I'm just trying to take certain opportunities. Give me a second. Yeah, so like I was saying earlier, I mean, I do have other videos on this channel, but if you guys look at the title, it's Artist Breaks Rock. That's for flint knapping and making stone knives. So those other videos will soon be off. When I originally started the YouTube channel, I am an artist, so I mean I did a lot of drawing, I do a lot of painting. Picked up flint knapping, what, a year and a half ago now? A year and a few months maybe. Gotta look back, see how long it's been. I have had some classes, some local classes, but the majority of it has been on my own. That's what I was trying to get the whole time. So right here. Okay, I get it. I get it. I mean, I had like early on, before I had a couple hundred subscribers, I believe I had like 20 or 30 ceramic videos, pottery videos, because I do pottery. I took those off a while back, and since then I've been heavily doing knapping, and so I haven't really took off videos in a while. Just took off that step, so let's take a look. This side is flattened out pretty nice. Hopefully you guys can see that. And so I'm still working this side, but we have this cortex in here. I mean, it's going to be a tough one to get to. But I'm going to start to raise the platform up to try to get to this. Yeah, those videos. Yeah, those videos do good. The heat treating ones. Hey, you never know. They might make the chicken taste better. That's funny. A little rusty. I've been missing. At some point, I am going to go to indirect percussion. For sure. Oh, nice. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I mean, you guys seen what I started out with. Got a little biface going. That's a good hit, actually. Not bad. So look right there. So I'm hitting at a steep angle on it. So I'm trying to get thin flakes to run across. So check those out. I got a platform right here. You guys can see the ridge. So I'm gonna try to make that a little better. Try to beef it up a little bit right in there. You guys can see it. I'm gonna try to go this way with it. Hopefully there's not a fracture in here. We'll see right now. Yeah, it's a good tip. Like I said, I'm pretty new. I've seen those videos too. I've seen some of those videos. So right in there, I was trying to get a really thin flake to run across. So let's see, come off. Just trying to work some thin flakes, trying to get it thin slowly. I think there's some translucency in it. Look at this. So what do you guys think this is? Check this out. It's like a little agate or something that's in it. It's clear right there. That wasn't prepared good enough. That's why that hit sounded like that, right? Right in here. So what I'm worried about here is possible inclusion, could fracture right in the middle of it. If that happens, I'll probably turn it and start working it here. But I'm gonna have to hit into it. That's for sure. Yeah, take care. Thank you guys for stopping by. Appreciate it. Let's see what we got. All right. Clean that up a little bit. I think I'm gonna, so I'm pretty much gonna switch to indirect percussion. I'll probably do that on my next one, my next video. Might work this a little later. Got a little biface. Let's get you guys the rock so you guys can see. It's right in there. Not bad. I think it's a good start. All right, till next time, everybody. If you would like to, it's up to you. You can like, you can subscribe. Till then, I'm gonna try to do this Friday also. I might work this rock a little bit more, or I might bring out some good stuff. We'll see. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet, but have a good one. Take care, everybody, and keep on napping.